Hi there, it's Wade McMaster from CreatorImpact.com here. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing Pat Flynn's Smart Passive Income website. And we're going to be looking at the things he's done and basically what you can learn from how he set up his website and laid it out visually, and basically going through and getting a bit of a critical analysis of how the website works and what Pat's done with it in order to improve his business. So we're just here on the homepage, Smart Passive Income homepage. Now, before I go too much further, what I'm going to do is I actually want to switch over to another tab. I've opened up the Wayback Machine, and this is actually how I remember originally seeing the Smart Passive Income blog when I first discovered it about 10 years ago. Now, it's a different time. Things were way different back then. We even got Google Plus is still here, but you can see how much the website has actually evolved over the years. But one thing you'll notice is the branding is kept relatively consistent in terms of color, even though his logo is completely different now. I do like this old logo. It's not the most professional logo in the world, but it does tell the story. Smart Passive Income, you know exactly what it's about straight away. The new SPI logo, I feel, doesn't really sort of tell that story, but it is much more professional, and when you back it up with good marketing, you kind of get the same effect anyway. But you can see here the way he's carried the green through and kept a lot of neutrals. So he sort of dropped that maroon color here, and he's kept that brand consistency going pretty well. But apart from that, if you were a new visitor on the site, what do you see when you land? A lot of this stuff is going to be probably unconscious. So let's say you land on this website here. What I really like straight away is that, for one, the site is very clean. It's very light. Now, if you are trying to run a website where you're teaching people how to make money online, you need to be as trustworthy as possible. Straight away, it says here, build your dream online business. So you know what the website's about first, straight away. The second you land, you know it's about learning the skills you need to build your online business. You know that is the topic of the website. But with the sort of like the scammy nature of the whole make money online niche, you really have to work on building trust. And using a lot of light colors definitely puts the mind at ease. Using neutral colors, it shows a very has a very calming effect on people. And the other thing too is as soon as you do land on that website, the fact that you actually see Pat, you see Karen and Sarah Jane here, you automatically make that connection before you've even consciously thought about it. Your brain goes, okay, I'm dealing with these people. These people exist. Whereas a lot of scammy sites tend to have stock photos, or you'll notice a lot of scammy sites also have a lot of dark layouts, very black. I shouldn't say that because my website has a lot of black in it, but let's hope that I sort of sell myself a bit better. But there's a lot of trust to be had here in the sense that you can see the people, you can see who they are, and then on top of that, you've got these logos down here as featured in New York Times, Forbes, Lifehacker. So you've got a lot of sort of reputable places here that Pat Flynn and the Smart Passive Income team have been featured in. So before you've even scrolled or gone to another page on this website, there's been a lot of trust built the second you land. And then, of course, if you're looking at these people, which they do draw the eye pretty quickly, you just simply flow on over because this arrow sort of guides the eye over to this information. So it's a very effective use of a landing page, of everything that's above the fold. And of course, that call to action to get started is excellent. A lot of people, I imagine, if they land first time, they're going to be like, okay, let's see what's involved here. But some people are going to want to investigate further. They're going to want to go up here to the nav, which is very, it's good because it's easy to find. I'll get onto some of the other bits and pieces about that later, but very easy to find, so you know exactly how to navigate. But let's say we're scrolling down. It's like, okay, I'm going to keep on seeing what he has to offer. Little search section, which is obviously very handy. So we got here, so Pat's obviously pushing links to some of his, I guess, his more effective posts. I'd say it looks to me, these don't look like his new posts, but you're judging by the category, the chapters. So Pat's actually grabbed what he thinks is his best content for people to start with and put it on his homepage, which is very smart because and highlighting that it's affiliate marketing or business development helps you sort of find something that really ticks the box of what you're looking to personally sort of study up on. Another call to action, how to get started.
insightful conversations. So pushing his podcast, one of the biggest things that Pat Flynn has going is his podcast. Another trust element. He's got pictures of very, very famous, very popular marketers and business people on here, like Tim Ferriss, Gary Vee, Amy Porterfield. So once again, using those connections to boost his credibility is very smart. Linking off to his podcast. So that section of his podcast is pretty cool. So he's just promoting his podcast there, promoting his courses, and promoting some tools. We've got what looks like a footer here. Oh, yep, here's the footer down here. Cool. So let's just backtrack a bit and go over this. I like the way that now Pat Flynn's always been a very transparent fellow, always seems very approachable and seems very non-aggressive in the way he sells things, and he's doing extremely well. Obviously, he's one of the guys that really stands out in the online business niche. So he's pushed all of the value. He's pushed his value first. He's gone, okay, I want to put all of my free stuff up there first, give people the information first and foremost before I ask for anything. Even this call to action here isn't even really a call to action. It's more just to send you to his get started page, which I'm pretty sure is just judging from what I've seen in the past, but I've actually never seen this design before. I'm guessing it's so that people can go and check that page out and learn and start to explore his site. But pushing the content, so obviously, he's got his blog so you can read first, podcast so you can listen, and then he actually pushes the courses he's selling. So a lot of people would be putting this straight at the top and then putting the value underneath, which is probably not a great idea, because it tells people that we're here to get you money. Like it's not necessarily wrong, but I do feel that some people may put the walls up a bit more quickly. Pat makes the walls a lot thinner by offering a ton of value first, and then he'll go, oh, by the way, yep, here's my courses. Here's some tools. These cost money as well. I know that he is affiliates for these guys, so he's obviously making money off that. So he's pushing the money-making stuff sort of almost last. And then you got to footer down the bottom with the basics, recent use, and another call to action. This one's to subscribe. So the very last thing before the footer is the big one. He wants people to subscribe because then he can more effectively sell to you via email. Now, one thing you'll notice here, the use of color. Now, the website is very light, very white colors, very neutral. He's got that use of green from his logo for these call to actions. Get started. It's green, search is green. And when you've come down here, he's like, hey, you definitely want to check out the Get Started page. So he's put that nice big green box there. So he's using green to really draw your eye to where he wants you to go. Even here, these are not necessarily that same green, but because of the way they're laid out, they're not super aggressive. They're not very in your face, so to speak. Whereas this here, you get to the bottom, it's dark. It sort of signals that you've hit the end of the page a little bit, which is one of the reasons why I thought it was a footer when I first landed. But you can meet the team. So obviously he's always sending people off to areas where he's building more trust. Meet the team. People want to know that he's actually legitimate. So if he's actually introducing you to the team, that makes sense. And then just the basics. Latest blog posts. Again, green call to action. So it's a very good use of color and design, using the green to draw the eye. Also the fact that he offers his value first and asks for your email address second, or last I should say, and asks for money almost last. I think it's a very passive and very non-aggressive way to market. Very cool. So what we're going to do, let's say that we've landed, we're going to hit that Get Started page. Let's go have a look. Okay, similar layout again. We've still got that same wavy. That's another thing too. He's actually created a very relaxed atmosphere. It's not about being gung-ho and aggressive. It's all about let's just relax. Let's just enjoy the process of making a business. That's what I like about the look of this website. With all the light colors and the wavy lines, you get nice and relaxed. And it makes it seem very easy to do what he does. Now this is something cool too, the way he has the larger text leading into the smaller text. This line length is probably about 100 characters wide. Now, 100 characters wide is kind of like the optimal reading length. Any wider and people can get lost and lose their place when they're reading. So it's an optimal line length. However, people aren't attracted to that line length as much as they are 60 or 70 characters. So the larger text actually warms people up and gets them to start reading, and then it flows on from there. So that's a very clever use of text there. I've been just right aligning an image to get people started, but that's another way of doing it. It's actually, yeah, it's very smart. All right, so we've got the various areas that he teaches. So podcasting, affiliate marketing, online courses. And he's kind of got the same thing again, except this time it's straight to the content. So if I go into, say, affiliate marketing here, which I will in a minute, I imagine this is getting straight to one particular article with 8 chapters by the looks of it, finishing off with that subscribe, that nice big green call to action. But if I click here, it's going straight to an article. It's going straight to something to get me started. But if I'm going to affiliate marketing up here, let's see where it takes us. What is affiliate marketing? So it's a bit of a beginner guide to affiliate marketing, essential guide. Once again, pushing that same post that was there before. Courses. So it's more of an overview of and his top affiliate marketing content. This is very smart the way. See, if you've got content that performs better than other content, this is definitely a smart move. You want to push this stuff and sort of categorize it, because you want to push your best stuff to your new people, your new visitors, because you know it works, and that way you're guiding them to the stuff that's going to get you the best result for their visit. And also, the reason it probably works is because they're probably getting more out of it. So it's a bit of a win-win the way he guides people to his sort of more popular content through this sort of categorization. Then he has this little course here, and we go on from there. Very cool. So a bit of content. So I like the way it doesn't have a sidebar. I like the way this stands out nice and wide, far wider than the text. It makes it hard to miss. So once again, a very effective call to action. But it's also, because it sits well with the branding, you got the same text, it's even the same size, I think, by the looks of it. Very non-aggressive, like not bright colors, that nice green color. But the whole box isn't green. We've got this one green box over here. So to me, that makes it far less aggressive, because green to me at this stage, I feel he's asking me to do something. So by setting this off to the side, it's kind of like, oh, I can if I want. That's not a big deal. I'll keep going. Now, something else I like too, putting video on your blog posts, very effective, because one of those things I was talking about before about building trust is that you can read as much as you want, you can see pictures of people, but when you see them talking to you in video and you capture their charisma, you can see their nature, I guess, in their personality, it's another way that you sort of thin that barrier. So having videos in this is very smart as well. Obviously, it's for delivering the content, but it also works as a trust builder as well. So very cool, very good use. Straightforward from here. All right, let's go check out. So one thing I want to look at too is the navigation. I get the feeling a lot of the website's going to be much the same from here. So let's go up and look at the navigation. You don't want too many items in your navigation. This is pretty good. 5 is not too bad. But because Pat's got so much content, he has to break it up. And this is a good idea. Having little drop-down menus and mega menus is definitely a smart way to, give people access to all those things by categorizing it again. You want to know more about smart passive income? What about Pat? You want to know about Pat Flynn or SPI or the team or their partners? So the fact that, for one, the fact that he has partners is another trust thing, but the fact that you can find out this information without having to scroll through one big long about page is pretty cool, because I'm pretty sure these would be decent enough size pages as they are. Learn, once again, we can go to different areas. So let's say this time I want to go to email marketing. Once again, he introduces what email marketing is, and then you can go down and read a bit more about that. So yeah, nice little window into certain areas of the site. Now, I'm someone who likes to read Pat's blog, but I can't see the blog too easily here. SPI podcast, Pat Flynn. Connect, so webinars, workshops, news. I imagine the news one off. So that looks like that'd be his blog. I'll come back and try that in a sec. Resources, so things like your tools and courses. Oh yeah, cool. So it just sort of spiders out from there. I'm just going to check out news for a second. That's one thing, as a pre-existing user, not being able to just see the word blog in his menu is a little bit, that's probably the only thing I don't like. The fact that, but I know where it is now, this is definitely his blog, but that's probably the one thing I don't like, is that someone who's come back, it'd be good to be able to just go, oh, that's the blog, go to it. That's all right. Didn't take too long to find. But small barriers sometimes can become big ones if people just don't look. So you can see now, no sidebar, very non-aggressive. The fact that he's embedding his podcast in here is pretty cool. The way he breaks up his posts too. Now, these actual players help you help give your eye reference when you're scrolling, so that way you know where to go. Same with the subheadings. You see they're very big compared to the text. It's a very effective way of visually making things scannable. For one, these headers here are also scannable. They're in green. There's a lot of space around them, which sort of gives them a little bit of respect, if that makes sense. But it's very scannable. We've got a heading. We've got this green area here. We've got a heading again. Okay, yep. So if you're looking for one particular part of this, that video again, if you're looking for one particular part of this blog post, you can look for that heading and scan through. Very scannable content, something to pay attention to. Very, very cool. Once again, very non-aggressive nature. He's not hitting you up with call to actions all the way through. He gets plenty of people coming through to be just very, excuse the pun, passive on his smart passive income website. Read next. Now, this is something I've never noticed before, and something I think it'd be very worth employing on your website. Read next. Get people to continue reading on your site. Reduce that bounce rate. That's actually a very cool little feature, especially if it's something you can choose for each blog post. So definitely something worth looking into. Something I might steal from him, actually. More recommended posts. Cheat sheet. Download the free guide. Let's see. Probably ask for an email here. Yep, there we go. Very smart. Once again, the action area is green. Bit of info on the right, blue there. All right, so yeah, look, I can't go through the entire website. We're talking thousands of pages, but the way he has this feature image here is very cool as well. But the way that everything's very laid out, very spacious, it's like a very open, luxurious sort of place to be in. It's very, very calming looking website, and Pat's obviously he's worked towards making that happen. Because some people can get a little too gung-ho, a little too stressed. So having that calming nature is very good. I think overall the website it's very effective. It does tell the job very well. Who is Pat Flynn? Well, you can see here once again he's got a picture of his family. There's that transparency for you. Yeah, very cool. I like the way everything is in sections. You can go to a section, check it out, move on to the next section, and it's very easy to identify those sections. So it's a very well put together website. I knew it would be. That's probably one of the reasons why I want to start with it. But a very good job done by Pat Flynn and his team here. I think the website is it's a pretty cool photo. I think the website does a very good job of building trust, and it does a very good job of delivering a ton of value before asking for a sale or your email address. So I think at the heart of it, that's what he does best. He keeps the branding strong, very non-aggressive, very neutral use of colors, gets you nice and calm, gets you happy, gives you a ton of free goodies, yeah, and then you move on from there. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found some of those insights useful. Now, if you did enjoy the video, please consider giving a like. But would you like to see more of these videos is a question to you. Now, if you do, once again, give it a like or consider subscribing to see when the next one comes out. But I'm going to use this as a bit of a gauge, see how well this video works, to see if how many more I'll do. And if you guys do like it, please leave a comment below. Even suggest if you have a website you'd like me to check out and review, please pop it in the comments below, and I will definitely take into consideration. If I get enough requests, obviously I can't do all of them, but if I get just a few, there's no reason why I can't check them all out. But we are looking for reputable sort of websites here, things you can learn from, things you can, whether they're mistakes or whether they're benefits. So yeah, hopefully that has done the trick, and hopefully that's given you something to think about. So thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and I'll hope to see you again soon.